This photo walk is a special Halloween edition photo walk. I'm coming to you from West Pittston, Pennsylvania, which is dubbed Halloween Town for obvious reasons, as you can see behind me. There's several houses that are completely done up for the Halloween season, which are going to make for some fantastic photo opportunities. So if you're ready, grab your camera and let's capture some moments. Today I'll be shooting with my Nikon D5600. Since it's not completely dark yet, I will be shooting with my 18-140 lens for starting out. This is a great lens that has a lot of versatility. I could do wide angle shots, close-up shots, even telephoto shots, and I don't have to worry about any noisy images because, well, there's sufficient light right now. Later on though, when it does get darker, I will be switching to my fixed 35 lens, which has an aperture of 1.8, allows for a lot of light to come into the camera, and also nice shallow depth of focus. And I'm going to be working on some wide shots and some close-up detail shots. And truth be told, this was supposed to be a photo ride Halloween edition video, riding my e-bike, but it has cooled off considerably. It'd be too chilly and uncomfortable, so I ended up driving here, parking, and we'll walk around to a few of the houses. And starting off right in front of us here, as you couldn't tell, is a Harry Potter themed house. Some of these are top-notch as far as theatrics, special effects, details, and just an overall theming of their houses. So I figure we'll start off with a nice wide angle shot. I'm gonna be an aperture priority. My ISO is fixed at, maxed out at 3200, so I won't go any higher than that. That way I won't introduce any noise or grain into the image. And we'll get an establishing shot right here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. And we'll see if we have to adjust anything as far as exposure compensation. Just have to wait for these cars to go by. And actually that came out pretty good right out of the bat. We'll get some closer detail shots now. Got a nice spooky dragon over here. And a creature behind him, so we should be able to get the dragon with the creature. There we go. Nice shot right there. I'm actually going to do another one portrait wise. There we go. I want him to light up. I want to get all of him in there. This big cat here looks kind of gruesome. I think we could get a nice close-up shot with his glowing eyes here, and we'll have the witches and the rest of it in the background here. So we're going to focus on him, recompose. And there we go. Actually, I want to make that a little bit darker. I do want to have some darker images since it is obviously Halloween themed, so I don't want super bright. There, that's better right there. And we'll give this sad looking tree his moment of time here. Focus on the eyes, recompose it. There we go. Now some of these I will obviously tweak during editing for lightening or darkening, but I want to get as close as the correct exposure as I can. Oh, here's a mean looking troll. All right, this guy is definitely asking for a photo right here. This big scarecrow. I'm gonna add the blue sky. I'm gonna actually turn the camera at an angle, get a tilted photo here. It's not too bad. I'm gonna try one more, a little bit brighter exposure. There we go, that's pretty good. Oh, if you look straight through here, who's on the porch? Fester and Wednesday Adams. We'll get a nice shot of them right there. Recompose, get them all in the frame. I didn't like that. It was a little bit too bright there. There we go, it's a bit better. So we got this winged creature here and the big pumpkin man behind him. So I think I want to come down at an angle here get him with the pumpkin guy behind him there. So we're going to recompose. There we go. Excellent right there. And the shot we're going to do here is we're going to get that creature in the background, but we're going to kind of have him blur it out.
And you shall never leave.
So I want to focus on him, recompose.
You will belong to the shadows, just like the
Oh, he blinked.
before you.
I want to try to get him not blinking. There we go. Perfect. Skeleton driving the hearse here. So I want to get a close-up of him with the skeleton friends in the background. That's perfect right there. Exactly what I was looking for. This house, I think, deserves a wide angle shot. It's like the Kraken house, nautical themed. We got a shark, we got pirates, we got tentacles everywhere, and a lot of fog. So I'm going to try to get, let's see if we can get a wide angle shot right here. Possibly, maybe. Let me come down on one knee here. Yep, I think that's going to work. Yeah, that looks excellent. Honestly, I can't go any wider because if I do, the tree's going to be in the shot. So I'm going to come at an angle here, try to get more of it. I'm going to focus on the eyes on the house, recompose. Let me try it one more time. Recompose it. It's probably one of my favorite photos right there. You probably will see that later on in my MFS OTD, my favorite shots of the day. Now let's see if we can work with this fog. Fog's coming out. That means I want to get low to the ground in the fog and get some type of shot here. So let's see, we're gonna have it like this. We'll just focus on the door. Actually get down nice and low here. All right, so he brought out blue laser light. It's gonna give like a ghostly, watery image here. So we're gonna come down once again. And we're gonna look up at the eyes up there. You know what, I just noticed it now. House is on fire. They got the flames in the windows. It's a pretty cool effect. It's like sheets with orange red lights and a fan making it flicker. That is really cool. Really well done. And one shot we can get here is basically down the sidewalk, showing everything in its glory. I'm gonna focus on this guy right here as the main focal point. We're gonna recompose even with the people here. Gives it a sense of realism. And there we go. As you're watching too, at the end of the video, let me know which house is your favorite. So far for me, I'm definitely liking that pirate nautical themed one. We got two more houses down here. Then we're gonna be switching streets. All right, this one's more ghastly and ghoulish here. Got the grave digger. Got some creatures coming out of the ground. And the witches over here with the cauldron. And the hands coming out. So I want to get the aperture down as low as I can. I'm going to focus on the first one closest. Recompose. And that's a little dark. Let me try raising it up a little bit more. Zoom out a little bit so it's not so cramped or closed in here. Okay, that works. I'm gonna get one more shot so we actually know what we're looking at. So we're gonna go like this. Gonna get it composed right there. Actually, I'm gonna focus on her again. She's the closest one to us. Recompose it. And that works. We can actually take this a step further though. We got these kitty cats in front of us. We could actually shoot between them at the cauldron. So we're going to tighten it in a little bit here. Focus on the cauldron. Recompose it. And there we go. Directly across the street, this house is done up as well. Look at these ghosts dancing around. So, too dark to do an overall wide angle image. So we're gonna focus on something for a more detailed shot. I think we're gonna do one of these items up here. Maybe these three little children. And we'll have the house in the background. So I'm gonna bend down a little bit here. I'll get down on one knee. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Focus on the head. Recompose it. And is that clear? Yep, that works for me right there. Okay, we're gonna go to a different street, which is, I believe, Delaware Ave, a couple blocks down. There's a few more houses down there. We're gonna do one more shot before we move on. I'm gonna try to get at least 2.5, if not 3 of the homes here in one image, because I'm gonna be switching out lenses after this. So once the car is clear, we'll try to get that shot. So I am gonna focus on the middle house, which is kind of halfway point, recompose it, and as soon as these cars clear, I'm going to snap that image. We are now down here on Delaware Ave, another popular street for Halloween homes. Considerably darker down here too, less street lights, a lot more trees. So I switched to my fixed 35mm lens. A couple pros and cons with this lens. The pro is that it opens up to an aperture of 1.8. Allows a lot of light in, great depth of field, and makes nice, crisp, clear images. The downfall is, though, is that I can't zoom in or out. I need to physically move myself closer or further away to the items. So not ideal for wide angle shots, but it'd be great for some close-up detailed shots. And we're gonna start right here at this house right here. And the thing that's catching my attention is this skeleton, which is regurgitating. So we're gonna get him right here. I have my aperture all the way down to 1.8. We may have to adjust, so we're gonna take this establishing shot right here. And that actually came out pretty good. I'm kind of happy with that. And you may notice my voice might sound a bit different than normal. That's because over the weekend I was screaming, yelling my head off as a scare actor and lost my voice by Sunday night. So it's just starting to come back now. Let's see, we've got some inflatables here. I know my friend Alan would like these. Let's get Jack right here with some of his friends behind him. So we're gonna have to physically move here. I'm gonna focus, recompose here. Angle the camera. And we have that right there. I'm happy with that one as well. Now, some of these homes are honestly too dark to photograph, which brings up a good point, is that ideally the best way to do this is with a tripod. And I could have done that, but I want to walk, keep things moving kind of quickly, and show you as much as I can in as little amount of time. But with the tripod, the upside is that the camera is completely stationary. Doesn't matter what size aperture your lens is. You could go on shutter speed priority and open up the shutter as long as you need to allow in sufficient light. And as long as you use a 2-second timer or a shutter release remote control, you can get crisp, clear, super bright images without any noise, digital noise, blurriness, or anything else like that. So if you are looking to do this for yourself, you don't have a fast lens like I'm using right now with the 1.8, you can always bring a tripod, use any lens that you have, go on shutter priority, and open up the shutter speed for as long of exposure as you need. And looks like our next house here is going to be Mr. Stay Puff, and there's somebody creepy up there in the window. Looks like Reagan. I think we're going to do maybe 2 shots here. We're going to get Mr. Stay Puff with Reagan in the background, then we're going to focus on Reagan with Mr. Stay Puff rather blurry. Okay, got that shot. Let's focus on Reagan up there. I may actually crop this image during editing so you can see Reagan a bit better, and Stay Puft will be slightly out of focus here. I want to get Reagan actually looking. There she is. That's really good. Actually, I could get her straight on right here. I do like that. It's really ghostly looking, the white light shooting up from beneath her. I want her to look. There she goes, straight out the window there. A little too bright. Let's bring down the exposure. Try that one more time. There we go. This house here has plenty of light, so light won't be an issue. It's just, what do we want to focus on? I think I'm going to physically back up a little bit to try to get a wider established shot. This is more of like an old school decoration. You don't see these too commonly nowadays, even though it's LED lighting. But I remember the old school decorations like that. Even like the wood cutout with the light bulbs as the eyes. So we're going to physically back up. I'm going to try to get as much of this in the image as I can. I think we're going to focus on the pumpkin right there. Recompose. And a little bit too dark. Let me raise it up a little bit here. I'll try it one more time. There we go. I'm happy with that. Now just a simple shot here. This ghoulish woman. She's got some nice green glowing eyes. So we're going to get down looking up at her. Use my flip out screen. And let's see. I want to back up a little bit. I'm going to tilt it a little bit. Let's see. How do I want to tilt it? Yeah, like that. So we're going to tilt it. Give it a little bit of an angle here. Okay, a little bit too bright. Let's try it one more time. This house has a rather ominous glow to it. It's mostly reddish in color. A little graveyard scene, a lot of skeletons. I think we could do a few different photos with this house here. I think we're gonna maybe get one low to the ground, looking through, peering past something, and then we'll get a couple close-up detailed shots. I'm just gonna wait for these folks to go by, and then we'll get a couple good shots here. Okay, so people are getting scared. So we're gonna focus on this guy in the background here. There he is. Gonna focus on him, bring it down as if we're peering past a spider here, and we'll try that right there. Way too bright. I need to bring that way down. Let's try that again. All right, actually I had to do a couple shots, bring the exposure compensation down by 2/3 of a step. It was just blowing it out for some reason with this lighting, throwing it off. This guy's got some goofy eyes, trying to get him with the house in the background here. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. We're gonna focus on him. Recompose, get the lighting of the house right there, angle the camera a bit. And that is actually perfect. Excellent composition and exposure. Let's do one more here. I like this blue lighting here. And here's a skeleton guy. I thought he did something. I think we're gonna look up at this blue creature of the night. So let's see, where's his face at? Right there. I'm gonna focus on that. Recompose. And that looks like a nice clear image. You know, I do see one more. If we peer past this little headstone here, got the statue behind it. So I'm gonna focus on the statue, recompose. I'm gonna actually rest my hand on the headstone here to keep the camera stable. A little too bright. Let me bring that down one more time. It's actually deceiving to tell with the lighting if it's in focus or not, because it's like black lighting. But as I zoom in to check on the preview screen, it's nice and clear, so we got the shot. Now, if you're in Pennsylvania and looking for something to do Halloween night, and you're within driving range of West Pittston, Pennsylvania, well, I do recommend coming here, but arrive early. This town turns into like Halloween Mecca. They shut down a lot of the streets. Thousands of people come here from all over the state, even out of state, to trick-or-treat at these homes, see the incredible decorations. They have live actors. I've actually walked the streets as Jason Voorhees last year. A lot of fun, but hordes and hordes of people. Just be prepared. All right, this one we can work with. We got some crazy golfers over here with the golf cart. A couple skeleton friends sitting by the campfire, and we have these cutouts here for obviously photo faces, but we could use those to our advantage by looking through and getting our shots. So let's try that right now. We're going to peer through the head here and get the golf cart in the distance. So let's see, we'll try this. May have to adjust it. That actually worked out quite well. The head is blurred out and the skeletons are in focus. Group of friends here hanging out. Let's get a group shot of them. I'm actually going to focus on the fire, which is the closest thing to me. Recompose. And not too bad. And so this house has been taken over by giant spiders. Arachnoid. Trying to think of what kind of shot I could get. Honestly, I want to get my wide angle lens, but I know it's not going to be a crisp, clear image. It's just too dark. But this 35 makes it a little bit challenging to get certain shots. You know what? We're going to try anyways. We're going to try to get the spider here between the caution tape. So I need to back up a little bit more. And we're going to try to get him right here, just like that. All right, that shot works. I'll take that. Really cool effect with just some wooden pallets too. Hands and skulls and some flickering lighting. Makes it look like they're caged up trying to get out. Held captive for eternity. You know, from over here, I think we could get a wide angle shot of this house. We'll do at least one of them. Maybe two of them. No cars here. Let's see, I think we can make this work. I'm gonna back up as far as I can. Going to focus on the window of the house. Hopefully it stops flickering. There we go. And that'll work. We can do the same with this house right here with Reagan in the window. Mr. Stay Puft right there. Now, if anyone out there is a fan of 80s horror, specifically comedy horror, you're going to like this house. Because it is themed after killer clowns from outer space. So I got a few inflatables here. Ice cream for ice cream truck. You got the three of them up there. And the big one in the background. And the cotton candy cocoons. Nicely done. So definitely worthy of a photo or two. Gonna back up here, get the ice cream truck by itself. A little too dark. Gonna bring it up slightly here. That's a little better. I want to get the guys on the roof, so I think we're going to use this to peer past them up at the roof. So we're going to focus on them Recompose like that. Excellent. I like that right there. Let's see, what's this one here? Well, welcome to Halloween Town. We know we're here. Big bad werewolf. Can we get anything here? Maybe that totem pole of skulls? Can we get them all in the image? I think we can. Let's come over here at an angle. Focus in the middle. Recompose a little bit. Okay, a little too bright. Bring down the exposure compensation 2 steps. That works for me right there. Looks good. Much darker here, but a lot of animatronics. And some large ones at that.
I will not stop till I've expunged this new world of every
Right. In case you're curious, Santa comes in 60 days. Let's see, what can we work with here? I think we're gonna get this big guy right here. He is humongous, probably about over 10 feet tall. Is he gonna stop moving? Movement causes blurriness, so I don't want that. So I'm gonna try to get his lamp part of it here. And I think that's gonna work, yes. Excellent image right there. Anything else? Maybe this guy with the rifle? We gotta get him to come to life again.
I will not stop till I've expunged this new world.
Okay, focus on his eyes, recompose, get everything on him.
My vengeance will be swift and true.
There we go. That's the shot I was looking for right there. Nice purple glow as well. Look what I found. A boat full of skeletons. This is pretty neat. No rhyme or reason here. Oh, look at even the little fire pit here. Little tiny skeletons sitting around the fire. I love one-of-a-kind creative ideas like this. These really stand out to me. So, boat might be a little bit tricky just because of the angle, but we're going to try to focus on the lead skeleton there, recompose, and try to get the whole thing in frame. And I think it's a little bit too bright. Let me take it down another notch there. Last but not least, this is a house I have visited numerous times. I featured it during live streams, and I believe even dedicated holiday videos for Halloween and Christmas on my main channel, JP Videos. I completely forgot about this. I haven't been here in a number of years, but they always do a tremendous job. So we're going to start off with an established shot across the street, and we'll get up closer. A lot of detail, a lot of things to look at. Let's see what we can work with here. That's good right there. All right, like I said, a lot going on here. You see Michael Myers up there. You see Terrifier. Well, let's start off with Terrifier. We'll get Michael in the background there. So a couple of witches right here. We're gonna get them in focus and have Terrifier be in the background. Let's try one more time. I was a little bit too close there. I'm gonna tilt it a little bit. It's actually a nice, really clear, crisp image. Oh, you see the nun right here. It's looking creepy. We're gonna get her, and we're gonna get the shadows walking behind her in the image too. Okay, a little bit too dark. Let's raise it up a little bit. She is a rather dark character right there. There we go, that'll work. Now, I want to get like a nice corner shot here, so we're gonna, you go ahead. We're gonna back up and try to get a little bit more of this in focus here. Recompose it a little bit. And let's check out the side of the house here. You're allowed to walk in the driveway. Anything here we can get? What do you think? Here's some rats crawling around too. Thinking we can maybe get something down the side here. If we, you know what, we're going to use the scarecrow to peer through at some neon glowing pterodactyls or birds over there. So let's back up so we can see that we're peering through something. That might be a little bit too bright. Yeah, let's bring it down a little bit. There's the fog. Oh, perfect timing. Excellent. That couldn't have worked out any better if I wanted it to. Absolutely love the imagery of the windows, like people are walking by like zombies. And here is, I guess, their rendition of Jason Voorhees. I can't leave without getting a picture of him, so we're gonna come down low, look up at him, and give him his moment. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna tilt him a little bit. That works. Stopping off real quick to get a warm drink. In the meantime, check out my MFS OTD, my favorite shots of the day. Well, in this case, nighttime. Well, I think we did a pretty good job capturing all these houses in Halloween Town and a little bit beyond with this house here. Honestly, if I wasn't doing a photo walk like this for this video, I would be using a tripod and a shutter release remote to get some crystal clear, great images, even with my wide angle lens. But since we're walking around on the fly handheld, we made it work mostly with my 35mm lens, and I see a flashing light. Oh yeah, they have strobes on now. But yeah, we made it work handheld, mostly with the 35mm, which does great in low light. And I think we got some great images, both wide and close up, a lot of close detail shots. And I still want to hear which house of yours was your favorite. For me, the earlier one, the pirate themed house, was great, as well as this one here. Just a lot going on, a lot to take in. Everywhere you look, there's something to see. But whether you're shooting with a camera like this or your smartphone, head out, capture some moments, and like I always say, I'll see you behind the camera real soon. Thanks for watching.